Do I chat with her?
Yes, no, I can hear you. We're now live on YouTube. And I'm going to promote Dan.
Oh, I can do it. Can we send? Can we start? Oh, she's ahead of us. Okay. Delete. Okay, so close that, and here we are. Where's my video? Okay, we're all set. Okay. Welcome back, everyone, and we're ready to go into the Committee of Adjustment now. I need a motion, please, that Council adjourn the regular meeting in order to sit as the Committee of Adjustment under Section 45 of the Planning Act 1990 as amended to consider the following minor variance applications. And I need a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor Scott and Councillor Shipley. Is anyone opposed? We're in the committee adjustment, then that is passed. So to open the meeting, I'm going to just read a little preamble so we know how we're working. Members of the public that are participating virtually in this evening's public meetings have previously provided notification to the municipal clerk in advance of the meeting. If anyone wishes to receive further notification of any minor variance applications being considered tonight, I ask that you please send an email to planning@middlesexcenter.on.ca requesting further notification. Please be advised that comments expressed and written material presented are a matter of public record for full disclosure. If you have questions on any of the applications being heard this evening, we ask that you direct those to the appropriate planner on file. And those who have requested to speak will be given a maximum of 10 minutes to address council and provide comments on the applications. In keeping with our procedural bylaw and our R-zone policy, I would remind all of our meeting participants to use respectful language and uphold our values of cooperation, trust, and openness. I'll read the order of proceedings. It's the same for every application, and it shall be as follows. First of all, I'm going to ask the planner to explain the purpose of the application and hearing, and to present the staff report. Then the municipal clerk will provide any additional comments received from circulated agencies and the public not included in the planning report. The applicant or their agent has an opportunity to speak to their application. Then the public will be asked for their comments and questions. Please ensure you state your name and address so that comments can be reflected in the minutes. And next, the committee will ask questions of the applicant and or staff. And finally, I'm going to ask then to consider motions regarding the application. So the item that we have before us tonight is an application for minor variance. And I'm going to ask Dan Fitzgerald, the planner, to present the overview of the planning report. Hi, Dan.
Yes, through the chair. Thank you, Mayor, and members of the committee. So the purpose of the application before the committee today is with respect to a property that's located at 133 Edgewater Boulevard in Kilworth, which is requesting a minor variance to reduce the interior side yard setback requirement on one side with the effect of constructing a single detached dwelling on the land. So this is minor variance application A1-2021 for anyone watching. The subject property is approximately 761.2 square meters in area with a frontage of approximately 20 meters and is located in the Kilworth settlement area on the southwest side of Edgewater Boulevard, south of the intersection at Edgewater Boulevard and Westbrook Drive in the Southwind subdivision. And maybe for everyone's benefits, I will just put up a location map so that everyone can see exactly where we're referring to. The lands are surrounded by residential development to the north, east, and south, and are also bounded by future residentially zoned lands to the west. They are designated settlement area in the county of Middlesex official plan, residential in Middlesex Center's official plan, and zoned urban residential first density, which is the UR1 zone in Middlesex Center's zoning bylaw. The applicant in this case is requesting to reduce the minimum interior side yard setbacks on one side to 2.096 meters, whereas the zoning bylaw requires a minimum interior side yard setback of 2.5 meters. This request this represents a minor variance request to reduce the north interior side yard in this particular case by 0.4 meters. No comments were received from the public during circulation of the application, and no agencies or departments noted any objections. So as noted in the report, the intent of the applicant is to construct a residential home, which is consistent with the official plan residential designation. Also, the intention of an interior side yard setback requirement in the zoning bylaw generally is to provide spatial separations and access to the property in the rear. Staff believe that the proposed reduction would not adversely impact the spatial separation or the element of access as required by the zoning bylaw. And also, as noted in the report, staff is of the opinion that the interior side yard reduction would be considered minor nature and can be considered appropriate development for the subject lands, as the location of the proposed residential dwelling is not anticipated to cause any adverse impacts on the surrounding uses. Therefore, staff are of the opinion that the proposal satisfies the Planning Act tests and recommends that minor variance application A1-2021 be approved. So thank you, and I am here and available to answer any questions.
Thank you for that report. Mike Harrisma is the applicant and has registered to speak for the application. Yep, and Mike is on the line. Oh yes, I see him there. There he is. There he is. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Just as clear as a bell, thank you.
Okay. I can't see myself, but I can see all you. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
We can't see you either, but we can hear you well. So if you'd like to speak or make some points, we're happy to listen.
Okay. No, I think Dan covered it pretty well. I think it's totally in keeping with the surrounding housing. And I think it's going to be a positive contribution to the street. And as he said, I don't think the 0.4 meters will have much of an impact.
Okay, then. I don't think anyone else is going to be participating, and we have no additional comments that were received by the clerk. I'll ask the committee if there is any question that anyone would like to ask on this matter. I see shaking heads and no hands. Very well, then the motion before us is that the minor variance application filed by Mike I'm saying your name incorrectly, Harrison, on behalf of Harrison Developments, Inc., for relief of the comprehensive zoning bylaw in order to establish an interior side setback of 1.5 meters on one side and 2.096 meters on the other, whereas the bylaw requires a minimum of 1.5 meters on one side and 2.25 meters on the other for a property legally described as Lot 93, Plan 33 M746 in the municipality of Middlesex Centre, County of Middlesex, and municipally known as 133 Edgewater Boulevard be granted, and that the reasons for granting the minor variance application are that the request complies with the general intent and purpose of Middlesex Centre's official plan, that the request complies with the general intent and purpose of Middlesex Centre's comprehensive zoning bylaw, that the request is minor in nature, and that the request represents an appropriate development on the subject property. Do I have a mover and a seconder, please? Councillor Shipley and Councillor Scott. Is anyone opposed? And that motion is carried. Thank you, everyone. That was easy. And we can now move to our, good night. Thank you for coming. We can now go to the motion to rise from the Committee of Adjustment. It is that committee does now rise from Committee of Adjustment and reconvene the regular meeting of Council at 7:09 p.m. That brings us to, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I need a mover and a seconder, please. Deputy Mayor Brennan and Councillor Heffernan, is anyone opposed? Okay, so we're now back in regular session. We have to move to bylaws, which is item 14 on your agenda. And the motion before us is that bylaw 2020 number 54 and bylaw 2021-13 through to bylaw 2021-17, save and accept bylaw 2021-16 be adopted as printed. Could I have a mover and a seconder, please? Councillors Arts and Councillor Scott, anyone opposed? And that is carried as well. That brings us to the adjournment. The motion before us is that the Council of Municipality of Middlesex Centre adjourns the February 17th, 2021 council meeting at 7:11 p.m. Again, a mover and a seconder, please. Deputy Mayor Brennan and Councillor Heffernan, any opposed? And that concludes our meeting. Thank you very much.